So I sold my F450 for this F350, and after doing so, I had instant regret. I hope it was the right thing to do because I bought this truck to be a work truck, a daily tow vehicle for our lawn setup. But to save money, I decided to keep our 19 as our workhorse and keep it hooked up to our trailer and turn around and make the 22 XL truck my daily truck, as it would be a cheaper vehicle to operate. But hopefully this was the right move as I continue to drive this 19250. It's not a high mileage truck, but it's starting to get into the maintenance. For one, just starting up this morning, I can hear these batteries are getting a little bit weak. After like 3-4 years of use, it's starting to crank slow. So if this truck nickel and dimes me, then I could have very well made a big mistake. And if you follow the channel, do you know some of the other issues with the truck? We've got some pretty rusty, nasty exhaust manifolds. Kind of hard to see in this light, but that's something to think about. And it's kind of just a game of trying to play our cards, not doing too much. You know, maybe those manifolds last another 3 years before anything happens, but that's kind of where we are. So I guess we'll see how all this plays out as we continue to run these two trucks. How will the 350 compare to the 450 as far as snow work? I know the 450 was beast when it came to snow. Hauls 4,000 pounds, no problem. With the plow on the front, no problem. Even though you're going over the numbers on the 450, still no issues. And I know with these trucks, as you reach that gross or that max, these trucks get a little bit, you got to slow down a little. It'll do it. It can do it. But this truck at its limit of 10,000 pounds is a different animal compared to the F450. But nonetheless, what's done is done. I have to live with the decision. There's no going back. And I've already kind of started working out, getting a new 450. Really are pushing forward. Hopefully it all pans out. But we're going to go ahead and get started with our day and bring you guys along with us. See you guys at the next scene. So as we continue to drive our 19250, like I was saying, hopefully this wasn't a mistake. Hopefully this thing is not going to be a money pit. But I'm noticing that the batteries are getting weak. So what is 2 batteries going to cost me? Like what, $400, maybe $500 for 2 batteries? So I got to kind of play it smart. I got to get some affordable batteries. I can't get nothing fancy. I don't know if I'm going to, I'm thinking I want to keep this truck long term. But then again, maybe it's not the best idea. Let's go ahead and start it up and see if it cranks slow this time when we start it. Let's see how it sounds. A little bit longer of a crank. Not terrible that time, but sometimes when we sit here for a minute, it cranks real slow. But yeah, I guess we'll have to check and see how much a set of batteries it will cost this truck. Let's see how the truck starts now. It's ever so slight of a low power sound, dare I say. It's subtle, but it's the start. It's that warning sign that something is gonna happen. So it could just be that the batteries need to be cleaned up, but ultimately, even stuff like that with these batteries, if the batteries need to be cleaned up, then that means they've been stressed out. Like if you put dielectric grease on the terminals, that will stress out the batteries, cause them to fail prematurely. But if the batteries are weak, I don't know, it's almost one of those things you just gotta replace them, because what else can you do? But anyway, let's go ahead and head to the next scene. Back home, done with work, and I do think it is time to just go ahead and replace these batteries. But comment below and let me know what batteries you think would be the best. I got like 4 to 5 years out of these batteries plowing snow, just doing all the stuff that I'm doing, and oftentimes parking and leaving the flashers going, that actually does take quite a bit of power. But yeah, I think obviously they need to be cleaned up. That's a given. But my opinion on batteries is when you get any degradation in your battery, just replace it. I mean, if it hasn't gotten to the point where it needed to be jump started or anything yet, but we've gotten over the warranty rating on this battery, on these pair of batteries. We've gotten over the ratings. Yeah, they do need to be cleaned, but ultimately I think this is just better to replace at this point. So comment below which ones do you think are best. Go with the Motorcraft or whatever you guys would think. But I did see on the infotainment a couple times a warning came up for low voltage, so I think it's time to go ahead and replace these batteries. But anyway, comment below. Let me know your thoughts. My name is Sean. This is DS Trucks. Hope to see you in the next video. Over and out.